Bobby sealed a red key inside a glass box. Then something stole it without opening the box. The lock was still shut, the glass had no crack, but the key was gone. And on the inside of the glass was a wet handprint. Bobby checked the camera. For 6 minutes, nothing moved. Then a pale dot appeared beside the key. It became a small sphere. The sphere grew until it covered the key. Then it shrank to a dot and disappeared. The key disappeared with it. Bobby watched the recording again. Nothing touched the lock. Nothing passed through the glass. So he tried a stronger container. He put an orange coin inside a steel safe. He locked the safe, chained the door, and pushed it against the wall. The next morning, the safe was still locked. The coin was sitting on top of it. Bobby checked the floor, the ceiling, the air vent, every seam in the room. He was searching for a hidden entrance. But what if the entrance was not hidden? What if it pointed in a direction Bobby could not face? To understand that, Bobby drew a tiny room on a sheet of paper. He drew 4 walls with no door. Then he placed a red bead inside. Imagine a flat creature living on that paper. It can move forward and back. It can move left and right, but it cannot leave the page. To that creature, the red bead is trapped. Every path to the outside crosses a wall. But Bobby has another direction. He reached down from above, picked up the bead, and placed it outside the room. His fingers never crossed the drawn walls. To the flat creature, the bead did not climb out. It vanished from a sealed room and appeared somewhere else. The room was closed in every direction the creature knew. It was not closed in every direction Bobby knew. Now give Bobby the same problem. Bobby's room has length, width, and height. Every wall blocks movement through those 3 directions. But mathematicians can describe a 4th spatial direction, not time, another direction in space. Bobby cannot point toward it, just as the flat creature cannot point above its page. If something could move through that extra direction, it would not need to break Bobby's walls. It could move around them. It could reach into the safe the way Bobby reached into the drawing. And by the same geometry, a closed box might not hide its inside from that visitor at all. That means privacy itself could depend on dimension. To Bobby, the safe has an inside and an outside. To the visitor, those might be 2 nearby places. It might see every room at once, not through the walls, around them. A locked door would be no more mysterious than the ink wall on Bobby's paper. Bobby stopped thinking like a detective. A detective asks how someone entered. Bobby wondered whether entered was the wrong word. He watched the pale sphere in the recording. Now it made more sense. If an ordinary ball passed through the flat creature's world, the creature would not see the whole ball. It would see a dot appear. The dot would become a growing circle. Then the circle would shrink and disappear as the ball passed through the page. A 4-dimensional version of a ball could do something similar in Bobby's world. A pale ball would form in front of Bobby. It would grow, shrink, and vanish. He would only see the 3-dimensional slices that passed through his space. That was exactly what the camera had recorded. And if it could reach inside the safe, Bobby had to wonder what else in the room was truly closed. Bobby's intruder is a thought experiment. There is no evidence that a 4-dimensional thief visited a locked room. Extra spatial dimensions do appear in serious physical theories. Scientists have even looked for signs of them, but no one has established a large 4th spatial direction that we can enter, or a creature living there. The geometry is real. The visitor is the question. Bobby returned the coin to the safe. He locked it one more time and sat beside it. At midnight, a pale point appeared in the center of the room. It became a sphere. The sphere began to grow. Bobby looked at the walls, then the floor, then the ceiling. All of them were still there. That was the problem. He had checked every direction he knew,